Hi everyone, it's Jaden. Welcome back to my channel. Today is a start of a brand new adventure and journey. I am doing two separate journeys. Okay, one, I'm starting a Amazon FBA e-commerce business, and I will be doing a series of videos of the technicalities, the process, the actual helpful videos on the business itself as I move along with this business. I did just start, but I'm also starting a separate journey, which is me talking about being in recovered adrenal fatigue, hormonal imbalance, and anxiety disorder sufferer, and how I'm approaching a very stressful type of venture. Not bad stress, but because I love it so far, and it's something I really love doing, and it's becoming a very awesome passion. But it is stressful, and there's a lot of stressors involved, and how I'm relating to that. So just a quick recap. Through the health recovery journey, I took a look at my life and realized what I didn't want and what the cause of that whole process was for me. And I very quickly realized that I needed to find, well, actually, first I realized what I wanted. So the most important thing that I wanted, that I've decided, is my health and my ability to do what I want to do when I want to do it. And so to do that, I realized my current careers that I'm involved in and the business that I am currently involved in, or back then currently, didn't provide me with all of that. Okay, so I had to find something that was eventually, after investing into it and putting effort into getting it going and starting it, it would offer me passive income, a passive abundance income that's scalable, that is going to be abundant enough for my financial needs, for my lifestyle, and also it wasn't going to cause me forever trading my time. Because, there's only 24 hours in a day. Even if you got, paid a really high scale rate with your time, you're going to run out of time. And you also, the time involved in creating this, you're not using it to actually enjoy your life and do what you want. So I needed to come up with something and to invest into something that was going to offer me that type of freedom. So first is my health. Two is the freedom to do what I want when I want. So that was very quickly, I decided after researching that I was going to invest in an e-commerce Amazon FBA business. So now that I've started that for 3 months, I want to kind of tell you guys my relationship with it, and like how I'm doing with the stress that it presents to me. So number one important thing is, yes, it is very stressful. It's got a lot of element to it. It's in this role, like if you're starting one yourself, you have to be ready to like multitask to the limit that you couldn't imagine until you start something like this. And I am born naturally good at multitasking, and it is challenging. And there's a lot of research, a lot of reading, a lot of educating yourself, a lot of sorting through information, because there's so many different types of information out there, and there's many choices, and there's really no right or wrong, just like any creative career. It's just how you're going to make the choices that you've made work. So there's a lot of responsibilities, a lot of intense focus, and with that comes stressors. Now, these are stressors that are very similar to starting 20 years ago, my acting career, my commercial career. And those were the stressors that got me eventually into the health issue. So going into this, I am a changed person through the recovery process. So I said to myself that I have to approach what's coming in a different way. Okay, so because it's inevitable that to achieve anything, there's going to be stressors. So, but it's how I relate to these stressors. And that takes an extra level of like patience, consistency, and skill on top of or what's already needed in starting a brand new business. So, but that's okay, because you know what? My desires and goals are the most important, and if it takes that extra mile, I will give it, because that is me. So when I step into that role and when I get really, stressed or presented with a lot of stressors and I'm feeling that triggering moment coming, I just have to remind myself that it's one moment at a time. Okay, this process is, I can't escape it, right? So I can only choose not to get stressed out by it. I can only choose not to have these like intense emotions as my response. And it takes practice, because when I'm overwhelmed and when I've already put in effort and then you have to redo or re-research, or like, you've like put a lot of effort into moving the business in a certain direction and you realize after research that it wasn't the right thing, and X, Y, and Z. Again, details I will make in separate kind of playlist on a separate journey of the same business. That's more the practical side, which I will start videos on it very soon as I get more established in the business. But so when those things happen, I just, one moment at a time, remind myself that I gotta approach it like what it is, logical. Okay, this is what I need to research now, even though I've spent probably 100 hours already and it has gone to waste. That's okay, because that's what I'm presented with, and that's just what I need to do. There's no need to have a major anger emotion or like aggravation response. Now, that's easy to say. It takes a lot of self-discipline to apply that when the time comes in these moments. But I could also see with my awareness that if I just let myself get dragged left and right with emotions of stress and reactiveness to all the stressors that this business is bringing me, I will bring myself back to where I was like 3 years ago with a health issue from chronic stress. So I'm very careful. I obviously don't ever want that to happen to me again. So it takes work. So I'm very, very careful. Knowing when your limit, when you're hitting your limit, that you need to stop and take some time completely off, like not just taking time off from the action of it, but literally mentally I just have to be off. Okay, when I'm hitting that limit, I just tell myself like, okay, stop, play piano or do nothing or watch a funny show. Completely disengage, unplug, and then go back to it. And when I go back to it, I make sure that I've pre-paved myself. And so, I will address it logically and more matter of fact versus like with intense emotions and with, whatever. I'm not perfect at it, guys. And you don't have to be perfect at it. Once you've fully recovered, you have room to stress yourself a little, and you're not going to have to pay the health crash as a payment for that. But nevertheless, you don't want to abuse that. So, but I'm staying in balance, and I think I'm doing pretty good. The late hours is also a factor. So that does. I put in a lot of hours this last 3 months, and it's more than I have in the last 3 years because of the health recovery thing. So this is new, and this is something that I'm balancing out with, sleeping in more if I really start to feel like my limit are being pushed, and treat myself to some kind of peaceful, happy, relaxing evening, whatever that takes. So a lot of it is just the balance and being aware of when it's being tipped over to the other side. And it's just constant awareness, guys. It's not like you do it once and it's over. It's just you got to do it over and over and over again, like food. You got to eat every day. You got to take care of yourself every day emotionally if you are prone to stress. And the truth is, we're all going to be prone to stress if there's stress in the world, and there's stress in the world. So this is not something that you should feel burdened, because this is something, like I said, eating. Like, everybody's got to eat. And this is just something you have to do if you want to live more optimally while pursuing challenging desires and goals. And so I've just come to acceptance of that. And that makes this whole process a lot easier. So yeah, guys, that is the first video on this series. I will continue to share how I'm reacting to the stress and how I'm holding up after I've fully recovered from my health recovery due to chronic stress. And I will also, again, do a separate playlist on the actual business and of the Amazon FBA, which it's a very, very inspiring topic for me now because it's something that I desire to manifest. So I hope to take you along the journey on both ends with me on my channel. And I hope you guys are having a great day. And I look forward to seeing you guys on my next video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share if you haven't done so to help me continue to grow my audience. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Bye.
Thank you.